Let's give it up for Sue Williams.
Wow. It's surprising, to hear all that kind of stuff. And I didn't run a lick in a race, It's kind of amazing. It's really an honor to be up here when I look around this room, and every year we realize what a fantastic running community this is. It's very impressive. I want to thank my friends who came tonight to give me a little support, and my athletes here from a few years, awesome athletes. And I think I have 6 assistant coaches here from past years, and about half the people sitting here are now coaching. So if we're talking about the continuity of a community, certainly this is it. It is a pleasure to be here with people who get running. Back when many of us started, we were fielding questions like, why do you run? How many of you have heard some version of this question? There's no way to answer that, except, well, why would you not? I started coaching. I have to also mention that I have 2 athletes in your Hall of Fame, Linda Summers-Smith, who couldn't be here tonight, and Patty Gray-Bellin. So this is a pretty tight community here. I have to recognize that my coaching career started in the 1960s. And as has already been pointed out, things were a little different then. There was no education at any level that sponsored women's athletics. Not elementary school, not junior high school, not higher education. And we have 2 coaches here tonight. Coach Bill Gregg, with 200 people in a high school track program. This is our future. And Jill Strangio, who is at Sutter Folsom Junior High, 200 kids in the program. So we are moving forward. But it was not that way in the 1960s. There weren't many women coaches. I had a few people I'd read about that were heroes, Babe Didrikson, Zaharias, people like that. But at least you knew people like that were out there. And then along came the people to whom I owe a debt and would not be standing here with you, certainly as a college coach. And that is the pioneers who drafted Title IX legislation, got it passed, and pushed to implement it. Education, athletics for women would not have occurred without these people. And it's a key portion of feeding into a lifetime of running. It's been my privilege to spend my career in a sport that just elicits so much passion and brings so much fun, and it's a particular gift to be around young men and women who are not only learning how to be really good at something, but they're also learning about themselves and what it takes to be good at something. It is an absolute as you learn about yourself. We all know this, but the more you know about yourself in any sport, the better you get at it. And it's just essential. Being on a team, boy, that's a rare experience, just to be treasured. All the things you share, a commitment and a willingness to do that level of work, which everyone in this room has done, that just joyful intensity of racing. Boy, now that's fun. And all those moments of absolutely hilarious absurdities that happen on a team and that you remember a long time too. And the team experience is valued by the 30th runner on a team as much as by the #1 runner on a team. And these coaches who have a lot of kids involved in it will testify to that. The things we all learn from sport, and certainly from running, you know, toughness, physical and mental, and the ability to focus, and planning and working toward a far out goal and staying with it. And then one of my personal favorites, the ability for very honest self-evaluation. You know when you got something done and when you didn't, and you have to be honest about that. I remember a runner in the Davis program once that qualified for nationals as a freshman, which was unusual, and we went to nationals, and that race didn't go too well. You know, it's kind of an overwhelming experience for a freshman. Came up and sat next to me in the bleachers and said, "I really sucked out there." And I looked at this runner and I thought, you know, this person is going to go far. And that's exactly what came to pass. So I think that the confidence that comes from sport, and particularly when you can get exposed to that at the younger levels, you learn so much. And those very traits that you learn in running, you eventually figure out, you can bring that to being good at anything you choose to focus on in life. If you're a young runner here, you've probably been getting a lot of attention for being a runner, and it can kind of become your identity. So-and-so the runner, you know. But don't ever get it backwards. You're not who you are because you're a good runner. It's the other way around. You are a good runner because of who you are, and you can bring that to anything. Well, I want to thank you for letting us all speak to you tonight, and let us all appreciate what this has brought into our lives. Thank you.